I'm painting this is a greeting card, a blank greeting card. And so as my signal to the algorithm, this is live art. Live art. We got the moon here. The moon. The man in the moon. That's what this is. And what colors are the man and the moon? This is watercolor. And this goes out to Mama Sushi, who wanted to know when the next time I was going live, but of course, anyways, it doesn't matter. We're just doing an artistic live stream. I'm mixing the paints heavy, so it's very little. I'm just sort of wetting the brush and putting them in the paint well. Interesting. Got these couple towers over there. In the distance. Pulling in some Prussian blue for these rooftops. And maybe a much lighter color on the front facing. What we're doing is we're trying to do these as fast as possible. Welcome, Epic Marks. My sketching, actually I failed drawing, and I took drawing several times, KK blocks, and I failed it. Every time I took drawing, I failed it. So it's not really one of my fortes, but I sort of roughly do it. I do rough sketches. You know, it's good enough for what I'm doing. Maybe it's not good enough for you guys, but sketches. Oh, well, it's just about practice. I do a lot of painting is fun for me, which is why I do it. When I was like in high school art and even in college art, they told me you had to learn how to draw first before you could move on to the painting, and then but I just could never do the drawing part. The drawing part was boring, and so but I've been just practicing for a long time. I do have an exercise that I do where I call it blind drawing, and I'll probably after November 8th I will try it again for you guys. I've done it several times on this channel, and so we're just kind of doing a background. This is like a man in the moon. Moon's kind of an egg shape. So you're looking at it kind of a metaphoric thing, a metaphoric moon of maybe a little bit of, these aren't necessarily shades that you would see on the ground, but you know what, this is not a, this is a picture that comes right out of imagination land. Got kind of blue moonlight on the ground, just various places, blue moonlight, the mountaintops. I'm going to leave the ground over here. Maybe we'll add a little bit of this burnt sienna down in it as well. Kind of accent things with a little burnt sienna. So we'll just make things a little bit browner, brown things out a bit. A little burnt sienna accents over here. You know, we're just kind of making it like there's just a lot of light. A lot of light. Maybe here's some shadows. I don't know. It's fine. It's whatever it is. We're just kind of doing just a whatever makes you feel good. That's kind of what we're doing here. We're just, what is it that makes you feel good? And this are the colors that makes me feel good in this moment. Yeah. And if you're just joining, make sure you push the like button. You don't have to subscribe to my channel, but you, if you want to, you can. But I would appreciate if you liked the video. You know, I am over 1,000 subs, so it's not like, I mean, granted, we always want more subs, but if, you know, this isn't the only kind of content I do on this channel. It's just one content amongst many kinds of content. And then we're going to do some more, I'm going to kind of, I'm going to finish this, so this little man in the moon creature, intimating sort of a blue moonlight, like it's a cave in here. Moonlight, and I do have some white, but I don't use it very much. So you made pumpkins out of sketching, and it was really hard. Yeah, that is sketching round things is hard. I'll agree with that. It's also boring too. But you know, you have, if you want to like do portraits and stuff like that, then you kind of gotta learn how to do those other 3D shapes and stuff like that. There's a lot of water on here. We're just going to leave that like that. And then kind of a little water, a lot of this. Oh, I dropped the brush right on my painting. So for you, you can't imagine to make that would be like really hard. Yeah, well, that sketching is really hard. I forgot to ask, is this stream clear? I guess I should go test it out to see. Sometimes I don't know. Hmm. So if I make it over, it's just getting boring. Well, you have to do things over and over again. It gets boring if you do it over, but that's one of the ways you can improve your craft and your skills is you have to do things over and over again. And I do things over and over again too, all the time. Because um, right now I'm putting material together for an art fair that I'm going to next week, and so yeah, I'm doing that, and this is maybe something I'm doing for sales. Let's kind of put this in here. I'm going to squiggle it in so it's like this is there's two different levels of light here, and there. Welcome, Whitecliff. Hey, I wanted to show you something, Whitecliff, just in case you might happen to be in the area that next week, Whitecliff is is the art fair that I am going to be participating in the old city of Willamina. And so you know where that's at. And so yeah, so if you want to be there, so it's next Friday and Saturday. So November 7th and 8th, and it's from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if you come and then you want to take the tour, and so the VFW hall has the quilters are at the VFW hall. My station is going to be at Hoffenbrittle Realtor. So I'm going to be setting up at Hoffenbrittle Realtor. Tyler Crook, who is a graphic artist, will be at the Willamina Library. And then there'll be some people at one of the Christian churches. And then at Sean Hall, there'll be a setup. And then my sixth grade teacher, he and his wife will be having a studio in their house. And so if you take the tour, Whitecliff, and you take your little card that they give you and go around to every station, and then you turn it in, you have a chance to win a piece of free art from any one of these groups. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 groups. And so yeah, you go there, and this is one of my pieces of art, and I will be there on both of those days, of course, because and I will be at Hoffenbrittle's Realtor. That's where my setup is going to be at. And so yeah, and so I am working on my art that I'm bringing to there. Um, so this is one of the cards I painted earlier today. I'm gonna just do some finishing touches on it, and then it'll be done. And so yeah, please come, and it would be nice to meet you. It'd be nice to meet you. Yeah. And yeah, we're gonna go into here. Gonna put some nice yellow in the sky. Well, we're gonna kind of do it this way. I was really glad that you popped on, because this might be it'd be good opportunity, and you can see me in person, because you kind of know, maybe you know what I look like. I don't know. It doesn't matter, but I will be there. So we got this it's kind of the tipping point between, in this particular image, the tipping point between day and night. So night is rising and the day is disappearing. I guess that's the way I kind of look at it, or it's the other way around. So you've been out of the country for 8 weeks into Europe. Well, that's fantastic. Go to Europe for work and all that. Yeah. I'm just popping on for just a short time. I have dinner on the stove, and it's right into dinner time hour. Maybe we'll put another color like this burnt sienna and add that in there too, because that makes some nice sky colors. It's a nice kind of an orangey color. I like it in this as a sky color. Let's go give it a bit of more energy there. And you can blend it with that. You can blend it a little bit better with this so it doesn't turn it green. That's what I like about using that color, is this sky color. I have what dinner is kind of a vegetarian soup. Yeah, sort of using. I got so many like walnuts on hand, and so and walnuts and hazelnuts and almonds and so how do you like use those things? You just leave them in the bag and never use them, but I'm using them for in like soups and things like that. And that's kind of what's for dinner. Yeah, so walnut, it's got walnuts, onion, beets, and collard greens, spinach, and then I think I'll come in with this Prussian blue and put it on the edge here. The thing's almost done. I'm not a vegetarian, but I do cook vegetarian all the time. Just simply because that's, if you are a cook, you do need to know how to, you need to know how to feed yourself in all different kinds of strategies, because it's, I don't know. I just believe that. Because you just never know, because sometimes you gotta take what's available, and what's available might be how to use a bunch of nuts and how to use them, in a way that is tasty. Well, yeah. Hi, Kirk. Welcome. And, the art fair, Kirk, is November 7th and 8th. I was hoping you could come down for that. If you can't, that's okay. Yeah. What I did, Kirk, is I fried the walnuts. I fried the walnuts in a pan, and then it has mushrooms and onion and tomato, collard greens, and spinach. And what else did I have in there? And then I'll put, it's gonna have like legumes and so forth. But I'm since Mother has her digestive issues, I will be putting those in separate. They'll be separate from them, so they have just the more required amount. And anyways, that's that. Anyway, so we got sky over here. I kind of like how the color separates here. Let's go add some more a bit more light in the sky, a little bit more yellow. Starting to run low on yellow in this pan. I'm gonna get 8 likes. Yeah. I hope that all is well for you guys out there. All is well here. I've been watching that show Alone again, and just as like a distraction from everything instead of trying to watch the news and stuff like that. Then I was like thinking, well, I was watching the one, my favorite season is the $1 million or the 100-day challenge, and I've watched that one. So I had several times, and I might introduce a different color into here, just a little bit of this fluorescent chartreuse, and lightly add it in. This thing's almost done. Let's take one of these liner brushes. Big pile of brushes right over here. Just kind of streak it in here. Add a little bit more water in it so it gets just to have a little bit towards the top here, because this is, you have the division between day and night. I'm not gonna put it up over here. A little in there. This kind of brings out some accent the clouds a little bit. So over there. So the sun was sort of at the top of the world. It's coming on down. All right, we're almost done. 25 minutes in, and minus the sketch, I mean, it went pretty fast. I want to put just a little bit of this around the moon creature itself. I'm just sort of waggling the brush around. So it's kind of like an aura or just a little bit of electricity that exists around this moon creature. Here we go. I think that looks pretty cool. I might come in here and take a different color as well. Oh, look. Maybe we want to add some other creatures in here too. This is a reflex rose or a fluorescent rose. Like a couple birds or so. Maybe one here. And maybe another one over here. This one looks kind of sad. It needs to have a little bit of accents of some other color. Maybe some blue. This is a fluid acrylic. Golden Open Golden is the brand name, and I'm just kind of putting there we go. All right, now maybe just a little bit of some accents in here. Get a sense that maybe this moon creature exists in an entirely different universe, in a different world. Maybe it doesn't do that at all. Maybe we'll do some over here too. This is a primary cyan. Kind of adding it in here. So it's not totally watercolor that we're dealing with. Now that kind of looks kind of sloppy, so see if we can straighten that up a bit. So we have like city on the edge of, you ever see that Star Trek? That's one of my favorite Star Trek episodes, is City on the Edge of Forever. kind of darker over here. I'm just going to be adding just a little bit more water into that primary cyan, the fluid acrylic, and adding just kind of directly right onto the canvas, and maybe we can get this creature to stand out just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. There we go. I need to leave a little room here to sign my name here, which we'll do here just in a few minutes. Thing's almost done. We need to add more water right into this here just to even the textures of this color out. Maybe a little bit more of it over here. It'll be interesting to see how the AI clips this into a short. It'll find something from somewhere that it thinks is the best segment. Then on Thursday, I have another live with Tarot Asked Backwards, and the topic of our conversation has been the apocalypse. He has his opinions about it, and I have mine, which is okay because we all have different ideas. Because there's talk out there, there's rumors and murmurings that we are going through an apocalypse right now. This is what's going on, is the apocalypse is happening. But my opinion on it is different than a lot of people's opinions. So what do you think here? Let's add some of this down in here as well. So we got water. I'm gonna just add this right into this. So this is a mixture. Oh, you don't even see what I'm doing. Right over here, this is a mixture of both watercolor and acrylics now. And yeah. So I'm just going to add in just a little bit of this color right over here. You know, got some water coming out. So it's what I've thought of is this is just like a moon. The moon has its own colors, and this blue is the moon color of this man on the moon, kind of a creature thing. Got two towers in the distance. And if you didn't know, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just kind of thinking in terms of tarot art. Just going to put this in here. Just some color accents. Some fine touches. Welcome back, KK Box. I'm almost done here. So what do you think of it now? It's almost done here. Mm-hmm. And little shadows on the ground makes it kind of greeny tones. So you were good at the beginning and the end, yeah. Yeah, I gotta go finish making dinner. And because it is, what time is it? 6:30. Yeah, it is dinner time over here. And yeah. Well, here we have. I think it looks cool. Looks really, really cool. I'm going to sign my name on it. And then we will... I think I'm going to paint this rock some other time. Let's find that pin. I'm just going to take a little spot over here, and we'll sign my name as... painted live on 999 show 10. What is today's date? The 27th? Today's the 28th. Oh my god, I don't have much time. 28, 25. Painted live on 999 show 10, 28, 25. All right. Thank you guys very much for joining in, and I want to show you what this is going to be looking like. This is a hand-painted greeting card, so it is relatively dry. So when you get it, it looks just like this. That's the back side. It'll look like this. And you open it up, and you can say, happy birthday to blah, 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 or use it however you want it. And that's what we got. So these towers are kind of blending into the night. So we have this difference between the night and the day. Nighttime and daytime. And this is the moon. Man in the moon. Man in the moon guy. All right. Peace be with you. Thank you, KK Blocks. Thank you, Kirk. Thank you, Wycliffe. Thank you, Nazareno. Sorry, I don't speak Spanish. Thank you. Who else came in here? Thank you, Epic Marks. Epic Mars X. Thank you. And thank you everybody else who just lurked on in, push the like button. And we'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.